Good Saturday afternoon, everybody. I am so glad you've chosen to join me here on Weather Extra this afternoon. Now, we've got a lot more folks on than normal, so this is forecaster Jayda Russell here with your update on the storms that we're going to see tonight. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So right here we have our storm timeline that kind of gives us a loosely based idea of what this storm will expect to do overnight. So for our western counties, we'll see these storms hanging around from 12 to 3 a.m. Now, that doesn't mean everything is completely over for you all by 3 a.m. It just means it's going to slacken up, and you may see some rain chances still in the mix for the next couple of hours afterwards, but the brunt of it will be from 12 to 3 a.m., and that's our expected timeline for you all. Looking at our eastern communities, 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. So that is Bremen all the way up to Fayetteville. On our eastern side, that will be dealing with 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. And then from Addison all the way up to, I believe that's Giles County there in Tennessee. So those folks will see the rain chances, the heaviest of those chances, from 12 to 3, and then it moves to the eastern communities 3 to 7, and then we'll still see a great deal of those rain chances throughout your Sunday. So by late morning, that's when we'll start to see some clearer conditions. Some folks will still be left with a residual shower or two, just not as strong and as heavy as what we've seen for the earlier portion of your day. So keep that in mind. And I believe I've got the Euro pulled up for us if Max wants to catch up and show us here. There we go. So this is our Euro track that we've been running for most of the week, and it's been very consistent with the timeline. Around 2:30 is when we start to see the heaviest of those rain chances on our western front there. So you'll see Florence, for example, they'll be at around 69 by that point temperature wise, but that heaviest chance of rain, and it stays like this. I kind of wish I still had an opportunity to kind of show you and draw along this to kind of show you where the front, where some areas of concern may be. But out ahead of this, though, you can see that we will see some scattered heavier storms ahead of the larger mass that we've got going on. So you can see just south of Huntsville, there's going to be some heavier pockets of rain every now and again. And again, this is around 2:30 a.m. So taking it to the rest of our morning, by 6 a.m., it will be well east. However, as you can see, we do have a straggling storm there that's going to kind of hang around back into the Huntsville area, and looks like it goes down to close to Coleman County and even dipping partially into Morgan County and a couple of other areas just outside of Huntsville. So this will keep our temperatures around the 60s for most of the day ahead. This is 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, so for my early risers, folks that may have church plans for tomorrow, go ahead, consider keeping maybe definitely an umbrella on standby, but maybe this would be an opportunity to bring out some rain jackets, ponchos, what have you, because it will be a slew of storms for us to go through tomorrow morning. The largest portion, like the largest concern, I should say, that we have that creates this as a first alert weather day, it's the fact that we're dealing with these heavy showers and storms overnight. So we just want to make sure that everyone is well aware of what's going on overnight, but then also we do have some strong wind chances, looking at about 40 to 50 miles per hour, could be beyond 50. So, and we've got some more of those graphics on there to kind of show you that. But looking at this one here, this is 10:30. By this point, we'll start to see some leftover showers by that point. And you can see Florence is still low end 60, and we will still kind of hang around those 60s for most of our Sunday. This will bring a good deal of a cold front in for us. So as we continue to go through the rest of your day, we won't really leave that 65. This is specifically for Huntsville, but lots of our other communities, once you reach that mid 60 level for your community, it's not going to go very far beyond that. So we'll see rain showers and storms well into the early morning hours, but by 10 a.m., like you saw there, we'll start to see less strength with those. It'll just be sprinkles every now and again. Could be some heavy showers, but we aren't expecting those strong thunderstorm downpours as we get closer to the late morning hours, which is what's giving us kind of this first alert weather morning, so to speak. So once we get to your afternoon hours, we'll see those mid and upper 60s for a couple areas. Sunshine will return to the forecast Sunday afternoon, but you'll notice it's a little cooler. So if you're outside today or have been, you'll notice it's nice, comfortable, warm, right? Right now, if you look at the clock at the bottom there, it says about 81 outside. It's going to be a very drastic change for us. So go ahead and make those plans as accordingly for the situation here. But looking into our evening, we'll keep a decent breeze throughout most of the day, looking like it's going to get to around 15 miles per hour at its least. And then we'll see some wind gusts picking up every now and again, could be about 20 or so miles per hour as our stronger wind gusts in the afternoon. But here's our storm threats. And again, that is from just before midnight all the way into 7, even 8 a.m. on Sunday, because we'll still see those slight showers behind that boundary front there. So 40 plus mile per hour winds, there is a moderate to high chance of that. So for my folks that have lawn decorations for the holidays, or if you have patio furniture, maybe you have one of those door hangers on the front of your door, anything of that nature, you might want to go ahead and take them up, bring them in the house. You would hate for that to blow and get lost in your neighborhood. I've seen that happen a couple of times. So this would be a good opportunity for you to go ahead and take care of that before you get in bed for the night, sometime between now and 10 p.m. tonight. Go ahead and take down all your decorations and things of that nature and bring them inside. Or if they aren't able to be moved, I would say make sure you have doubled down to secure them very well. As we all know, the state bird is a trampoline, according to a lot of local meteorologists. So I would hate to see some of your lawn furniture, some of the things you have at home fly away. So definitely a high point there. And that's one of our stronger issues that we're going to see overnight tonight. Then we'll have heavy rainfall for sure. Could possibly see some low end flooding. Not expecting heavy levels of flooding or anything catastrophic. Just our areas that tend to build up a good deal of water when it does rain at such a heavy level. Just be aware of that. And still, by this going into your Sunday morning, and we still have folks getting up a little early for church or any other morning plans that you may have. Drive safely in the morning. I know this is planning to be wrapped up by 7 a.m., but even still, you saw on our Euro there, it still goes into the late morning hours. 9 and 10 o'clock could still see some heavy chances of rain, keeping cloud cover around as well. Small hail and a spin up, or also known as an EF0 tornado, very low level chance for both of those. Doesn't mean it's zero, but it doesn't mean that it is a definite thing that we'll come across for tonight. But we will keep an eye on everything as best as possible. Brad's coming in later this evening, and then we're going to have Eric come in the morning. So we'll all be all hands on deck as best as possible for you also. You can tune in here. We'll stream should anything occur beyond what we're telling you. If we have to break in, and we'll let you know. Break into forecasting or into broadcasting, we'll let you know by that point as well. So 3-day forecast. What you'll notice is that today's high was in those mid 80s. Like I mentioned, it's 81 right now. We've got those overnight storms heading into your Sunday morning, knocks us into the mid and upper 60s, and we'll hang around there from our low to our high. By the time we get to Monday, we'll start to see our temperatures level out into those mid 70s. Plenty of sunshine beyond Sunday afternoon. But the kicker to it is the fact that our lows are going to dip into the 40s come Sunday late evening into Monday morning. So for students, parents that have students that wait for the bus in the morning, folks for the commute you might want to consider a little bit of a heavier jacket than what you've been using. It's going to be a little chilly out the door in the morning, but we start to see that go back into those low end 50s by Monday evening into your Tuesday. So we start to return and see an ebb and flow of some upper 40s, low end 50s for the communities for the next couple of days. Let's see if, there we go. Taking a quick look outside at the moment, 565 seems to be flowing smoothly. Again, low end 80s right now, very comfortable. A little bit of cloud cover out the door for us as well. Lots of us are seeing some mid and upper 80s on the western end of our communities. You can see Muscle Shoals is at about 86, but looking at our eastern communities, still a little cooler. Dealing with a little bit of low end 80s there, and then even some of our Tennessee communities, Tennessee counties are in the upper 70s. So they're taking that little plunge into the evening shift into some cooler weather a little early today. This will kind of keep our humidity low though for the next couple of days, which is good to note, but we did have a very humid day today. I don't know if anyone was out and about for the Liz Hurley run this morning. It was a little sticky. It was a little sticky for most of the morning, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It's just you kind of noticed it in the air. But as we go through the next few days, that cool air mass will come in, dry us out for a good portion of time, and we'll be good to go. It's just starting to see some of that moisture, that saturation in the air for today, heading into tonight's overnight event of our first alert weather. So taking a look at our 10-day at a whole here. Once again, first alert weather for your Sunday morning. Going through the rest of the week, though, dry as a bone. Not expecting to see much of a rain chance until the following Tuesday, as you can see on the absolute end of our forecast there. But our next couple of days will be in those mid 70s to low 70s. Wednesday looks like it wants to kind of drop a little below. Our average for this time of year is about 76, 77. And Wednesday is going to be a little bit below that, about 68 for the high. Once again, we'll keep those 40s around for the mornings. So like I mentioned just a moment ago, you'll definitely want to consider maybe a little bit of a heavier jacket out the door. Now, we're not talking pea coats and, the like and trench coats, nothing like that. But it is going to be a chilly start. So maybe time to bring out a little bit of those North Face, the light fleece, those kind of things. You might want to start bringing out those for a little bit. We're going to stick to these mid 70s for our highs, seeing some cloud cover every now and again for the next few days as we do have some cooler weather. It'll be nice and gorgeous. We've just got to get through this stretch of somewhat severe weather, I would say, because it's more so a wind-based and the amount of rain that we're getting. That's the bigger deal, and the time of night in which it's coming. So that's our bigger deal there. So I am definitely here to answer any questions that you have. You are so welcome, Miss Roberta. Taylor, what's on fire on South Parkway? That's a very good question. I will see if I can get some of our digital folks on that. They may be working on that at the moment, to be honest, but I'm sure we'll have something up on that. If anyone has any other questions, my DMs are open for sure. You can always message here or on my Facebook, which is just my first and last name, Jayda Russell. Other than that, we will be on at 5 o'clock. We'll go back over your first alert weather day forecast for you in just about 10 minutes. Keep that in mind. And then once we go through the rest of the night, we'll be back on air at 10. Don't have a 6 today. We've got football this evening. So we'll be back around 10 tonight for your evening forecast. And we'll keep you up to date as best as possible. I'll also be posting any changes, any updates that I may get on my Facebook as well. So with that being said, hope you'll tune in. And I hope that you have that 48 weather app. Keep it alongside you just in case, just so you know what's going on and you can keep up to date at your own fingertip, your own pace, at home, safe inside, right? So make sure you take down some of those patio furniture, some of those decorations, make sure all of that is secured. And with that, have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow to give you another look at the forecast at 4:30 on Weather Extra. Have a good one.